Okay, I don't mind telling you, I'm afraid of heights. So, yeah, I'm a little winded because I'm scared. We got a leak. It's been running down the chimney. Showed you that earlier in the video, but it's actually pretty obvious. You can see there's a nice crack right here. There's a crack right in here. And this is pretty shabby looking over in here. We definitely have a crack right up in here. Most of the water you saw inside the attic, it looked like it was coming from there, which I knew that it wasn't coming from there. I knew it had to be coming from back here on the back side and then just following a path going down. So I'm probably not going to be able to hold the camera and work at the same time, especially where I'm up on the roof. But while I'm up here, I'll carefully see if I can get you guys some views up here. And there's the farm. That's our closest neighbor. And that's just the angle looking up out over the garage and out towards the back 20. So I'm gonna close this off and hopefully not get too dirty. Okay. Got the stuff all over me. I knew I would do that. Not sure how much I have on my pants. Hopefully I don't. But this is what I've done. Basically, I just kind of cemented that in, sealed that off, hopefully between the sun and the warm today. And tomorrow, we're supposed to have a decent day tomorrow. That'll all dry off. And it says you're supposed to be able to apply this when it's wet. I don't know about that. I don't think I'd be up here if it was wet. But I'll know for certain within about 2 days, because we're supposed to have about 3 or 4 days of rain. So if it holds out for that long, then we'll know we got it. But yeah, right here, I did notice as I was doing this, I needed to make sure that I originally had this kind of all packed up in there, and then I was like, no, I got to clean that off. Otherwise, water would just pool right here, and over time, that would definitely cause a problem. So I had to make sure that I gave the water a place to go so it can drain out, and around the chimney and down that way to the front yard. And now with that, I'm gonna try to get off this roof. If you are roofers, and I'm sure I have a few, feel free to comment in the comment section and tell me what an idiot I am. That's all right. I don't mind. Like, I said once before, I don't claim to be a mason, and I'm certainly not a roofer either. Mostly because I'm afraid of heights. Well, this kind of stinks. I'm up here and I'm looking at the pine needles over there. I'm thinking I probably should go get those before I get down. Nah, we're getting down. And I do have magnetic roofing shoes. Yeah, I'm sliding down this thing like it was a slide. Reminds me of when I was a kid, and right now it feels like the slides when I was a kid. Oh God, is that hot on my ass? You having fun down there, pal? Okay, I made it to the flatter portion. This one doesn't bother me as much. The height bothers me, but it's flat. Makes me feel a little better. Still doing some winterizing here. So part of the winterizing now is the garage. What I have here is these doors probably really need to be replaced. But if you look down here, you can see there's a gap right there. You got some light coming through there. There's also a gap, not a whole lot, but enough that I need to take care of it. What happens is when it rains, water comes in, and I don't think that what I'm about to do is really going to stop much of the water. But one of the things that does happen is in the wintertime, because of the field across the street, the 50-acre field, if there's a north wind and there's snow drift happening and wind blowing up against the house, a lot of the snow does actually come right in, and it'll be like from, you know, I'd say, I don't know, about 12 inches to 24 inches inside the garage bay, and we really don't want that. But I already did a dry run on one of these, so hopefully this thing isn't going to look too amateurish. Is that a word? I don't know. But this is what I did for the first one. And this one was the worst. Down over here, I had a gap. Quite large, actually. It was probably about, like, almost that thick. But it's now covered. And as you can now see, I've kind of given away the video. I'm going to use pool noodles. Okay, so there's nothing really fancy going on here. And don't mind the mess. I got a lot of cleaning up to do here. I've been working a lot in the last couple of weeks. But basically all I'm going to do is just slice this down all the way. Keep my fingers out of the way so I don't cut myself. And that's about all there is to it. And hopefully that's going to end up going on the bottom of the door without a problem. So now all I do now is I just open the door and slide this up right to about here. Now my only concern here right now is whether or not I'm going to be able to get the tractor in and out of here. I don't store it out here that often, but I'm just slipping the little slit over the bottom. Basically, I just slide it back over to here. Making sure everything is on there. And I'm sliding her over to the very edge. And then I'm just gonna slice right in here. And hopefully it works like the other one did. And that's one side. And hopefully when this closes, it's gonna keep my gap out. And we're gonna rinse and repeat on the other side. So basically, hopefully this is, when I close this, we'll see no more gaps. Find out. She's closed. And I got a little bit of a gap down here still. As you can see, there's still a gap there. But if I just kind of step on it, it fills in a little more. And yeah, it looks like that didn't work, but trust me, I've got another idea. So as I said, I already did a dry run, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna slice this portion off, and that's off. And then I'm just gonna take this and slip it in here. And if this isn't enough, I'll get the other side. I don't know, it might work. And it looks like that actually does work. Real secret sauce here is when I open and close it, how much adjusting will you have to do? So I'm looking at the top, and the only concern I have is whether or not it will clear for the tractor. We'll work something out for that. But now we just want to see how it ends up closing. And shove down. Well, that kind of worked. I don't know. It's definitely over there, it's all sealed off. Over in here, I have a slight little gap still. I'll probably have to stuff some more foam in there, or the other possibility is some of the foam board that I bought for the attic stairway might actually seal that up some more. Ideally, this would be more of a permanent fix, and I wouldn't have to do anything, but it's really not a permanent fix. You could buy these pool noodles at like something like, you know, a dollar store for like $1 a piece. They're real cheap, and it's a real quick fix. And this is only hopefully going to get us through at least one winter until I can either get new garage bay doors or get these ones fixed. I don't think we're going to be able to fix these.